I've learned that at the beginning of friendships, especially in college. Like, if you have a problem with someone, especially if it's like a roommate, you need to go directly to that person, because talking to all your mutual friends is going to get back to them, and then it's going to be weird. Just go to them and be like, what's up?
Yeah.
Because
Taking a name, you code at the door, and welcome to the game.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Dear Dilemma. We have a new submission for you today. Hannah, what do we have?
Well, our new dilemma is how to deal with betrayal after finding out a friend has been talking shit about you to everyone but you for absolutely no reason at all.
Jealousy.
That's the worst thing. It's
Last week, the girls must be fighting. We don't like this. Retrograde must be in Gatorade, because...
Do you think that we got like one submission from one and one submission from the other friend? I don't know.
Last week's was about being jealous of each other, and now we have a friend not being a friend. What is up, ladies?
I don't know.
Get it together.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a man. Did it specify?
It didn't specify, but I'm going to go probably
I feel like it's
girl.
for sure a girl, because usually guys are like, okay, whatever, so whatever.
Yeah.
Get it together. We don't have time for this. Quit being so mean. First off, if I got wind that you were talking smack about me, which you would never do, but if I did, I'd be like, you know what? I don't think she's really a friend, and I move on.
Yeah. I think people dwell a lot, though. Like,
Yeah.
they just can't get out of their own head. They can't realize that people are just going to sometimes disagree, and that's okay.
Yeah. We disagree all the time, and we're not like, I'm going to go talk to other people who smack about you, and they're going to tell you, and I don't even care. Like, I do not do that, but like...
I mean, the only thing... So she said they're talking crap about her for no reason at all. Like,
There's got to be a reason.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, obviously that person has a reason for talking crap
And it's not
about
saying, like,
you. But it
you're
doesn't
not in
mean
the
you
wrong.
did anything.
Yeah,
They just don't agree with whatever...
Something that you've done not out of spite, or maybe it's something that you do that you don't even know you're doing.
Or something transpired, maybe a conversation, maybe you said something that they
Or
didn't
maybe
agree with.
What did we say last week? Maybe it's their own inner battles that they're dealing with, that they're all of a sudden now taking it out on you.
Yeah. I've dealt with this before. I think that, like, specifically in the work environment, sometimes I come off as being a bitch. Because
Hannah, you can never.
I'm very direct. Like, I'm almost like a man in the sense of, like, I'm just very direct. I just get to the point. I just say it how it is.
Yep.
And I feel like it's a good thing to be like that at work, because I'm like, I'm not going to sugarcoat something. I'm just going to tell you how it is so that you can, like, take that and go do what you need to do.
Yep.
But other people view that as like, oh, she's, like, telling me what to do and she's a jerk. And, you know, I think that, like,
maybe sometimes how you deliver the message could be a little bit better. You don't mean to be snarky or whatever it could come across. You don't know, and you don't know that. Maybe you don't know that. Like, you're just telling them, like, hey, this is how it needs to be done. Get it done, and then they are the ones taking it wrong. It's not you,
or I don't intend it.
Exactly. You don't want the message to come across as mean.
But then it's like, you know, then you get wind that, like, other people are talking about you behind your back, and you're like, well, crap, like, I didn't mean it that way, you know? So I think that this could be a situation like that. Like, maybe you just said something or did something that they took the wrong way, and then they're talking crap because they need to process through it.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't have anything to do with you, and honestly, everybody knows in their heart, like, who their character is. And I've tried to learn that this is really hard. I still struggle with this, but the older we've gotten, the more I'm like, you know what? Think what you want about me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just don't have time or
energy. When I tell you I get off at 5 p.m., I work from home. I get off at 5 p.m., straight to the bed. Turn on TV, get my Kindle out.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about your drama. I don't care if you have something against me. Do I like to pipe myself into other people's teas? Absolutely. From a distance.
Oh, yeah.
From a distance.
You know what?
I like to put puzzle pieces together.
That's the worst part. I'm like, I don't have a lot of tea in my life, but I'm like, if I hear something about something, I'm like, oh, come sit down. I want to hear all about it.
Yeah. But then there's sometimes where I'm overhearing about it.
Ugh.
Like situations that like previous jobs and stuff where just they keep dwelling on it, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. Like either figure it out and be done, or move on. Like I'm done. Like I've babied you enough. I've given you enough advice. That's happened before too in the past.
Do you ever feel
Then I'm a little bit mean.
like you take on like people's emotions?
Maybe in the past, I will say I feel like I was just so hateful, especially working in the health field. You take on, like, when you're around people for 12 hours a day, and I think we've talked about this before in an episode where, like, you can start taking on the negativity or whatever they're feeding off, and then you start doing it, or the job is too stressful or whatever it may be. But I don't think I take on, like, I want to help people. Like, I'm an empath.
You're empathetic.
Yeah, but I'm not like, if you start crying, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on what you're talking about.
It does.
Now I'm going to tell you to suck it up, rub some dirt on it.
Well, I was just kind of wondering, like, I'm very much that way. I take a lot of emotions on, and it almost gets overwhelming for me. But back to what she was saying, I was kind of just wondering if,
there's
like,
betrayal. I want to know what the girl did. This is what I want to know. I want to know if you confronted her. Like, I need to know. Did you confront her and be like, hey, I heard you said this about me. Like, why didn't you just come to me?
Yeah.
I've learned that at the beginning of friendships, especially in college. Like, if you have a problem with someone, especially if it's like a roommate, you needed to go directly to that person, because talking to all your mutual friends is going to get back to them, and then it's going to be weird. Just go to them and be like, what's up?
Yeah.
Because they're either going to be like, well, this is what's going on, or they're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, they didn't play victim.
Oh, yeah. And I think if you go directly to that person, like, if you're, so the writer, right, she was betrayed, friends talking crap. Like, what if you just went up to the friend and you're like, hey, I obviously did something that, you know, kind of upset you, or did something that made you feel a certain type of way. Like, can we talk about it? Because if you go up to her and you're like, you betrayed me, you made me feel like this, you're not
going to get anything accomplished.
They're just going to get defensive immediately. So if you actually want to work through that genuinely, I would just try to open the door and be like, hey, I think that I upset you, and I've heard that you've been kind of like saying some different things, and I just want to talk to you about it directly. Like, I don't know if the information I'm getting is secondhand or if it's true. So I think that that's really hard. But like, if you really feel betrayed to the point where you're like, you know what, I've seen this person's true colors, I don't think that I can be around that. That's too negative for me. I want to move on. I also think that's a good choice too. Yeah. Because sometimes you learn who people really truly are by their actions and what they're showing you. And you might have been their best friend for 2 years, and then you're like, what the heck? This person is totally different. Like, this is not who I'm friends with.
That's so interesting that you say that, because I know a girl who's going through kind of like a friendship breakup, and she she still wants the friendship, but there's so much damage, and she doesn't know if she trusts her. And I finally was like, then just be done. Like, it's not even worth it. It's not worth you stressing over it all the time. It's not worth you having anxiety over it. Be done. You can find someone else that can take that spot. But if you want it, then you need to don't stress about it, and it'll all work out. But like, if you see the true colors, or maybe like you don't even see it, and then finally someone points it out to you, and you take a step back, then you see it, you're like, whoa.
this is
Who
not,
are you?
right? Like, it's not the person that you thought it was for the last like 2 years. Like, they're different with you than they are with other people, you know?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my gosh, this is like so eye-opening. And maybe you don't have the space or energy for that, and that's okay. It's okay to remove yourself from those people, and maybe, you know, like you said, just find a different person that fills what your morals are and what your values are and stuff more.
Let me tell you, when I started going to church, and I'm not saying it's just because of church, but it's almost like when I started going to church and really listen to God and had him in my life, the negative people he removed. Like, I didn't, naturally they just kind of disappeared out of my life. It wasn't like, oh, I'm attending church, you're bad, you got to go. It was just, they kind of
fizzled
out a little bit, and that's meant to be. And then the more positive friendships came into play. It was like, oh man, I'm really gonna miss that person. But then I almost found someone that's way better for my mental health and all of that, and just more. It's weird how it works.
It is. It's really strange, and I think the more that you don't dwell on those things and dwell on the negativity, the more that you invite positivity into your life, and the more that you really focus on like what you truly need and what you truly want in relationships, it does tend to work itself out. it's really, really amazing if you kind of like surrender yourself to the process.
I think for sure you need to have a conversation with your friend and just like, hey, and not like you said, don't go in like a little chihuahua and you're just like going and like, or text or like, hey, like I think face to face is better because then they really can't back out of the, what are you talking about? But like, this is what I'm hearing and like, what's going on? Is it something that I can fix? Because don't just put it on them. You got to take your own accountability too on whatever, hear them out and then have a mature conversation about it. And at the end, if you realize, okay, I didn't like the way that it worked. I don't know if I really trust them. Then move on, people.
Right. Because maybe there is one small comment that you made that they're like, that was really crappy, like blah, blah, blah. And then go talk to all their friends about it. And then they betrayed you somehow. But, you know, I mean, it's not that you're necessarily guilty. It could have just been that you said or did one small thing that they just didn't like. And then they made it a big deal. And it's not even a big deal, maybe, you know? Well, I think we're hoping that this has helped you a little bit.
Hope
maybe
it works out too.
Yeah, like maybe figure out, you know, can you have that conversation with them or are you just done? You know, I think both things, you just have to figure out what's best for your mental health and how to move forward with that relationship. Is it somebody that you have to see all the time?
Yeah.
Like, is it somebody at work or is it somebody just that you can kind of remove yourself from that's
Slowly
a friend?
fizzle that friendship out.
Yeah, exactly.
So let us know. Keep us updated. If you'd like, write us back and we always like a good, we haven't had it yet. Update? Oh, yeah, we have.
We've had a couple
one.
updates.
We're updates to let us know. So interested to find out. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at
Dear Dilemma Official.
See you next time.